Phillips High School. Got a big one for you tonight in Region 9 basketball. Our broadcast brought to you by Finley Volkswagen on the saving side of the freeway. And Devin, it doesn't get any better than this. You got the undefeated Flyers at 19-0 on the road against a team that is right behind them in the standings at 5-1 in the Desert Hills Thunder, and first place on the line. Even though the Flyers are undefeated, they're going to have to share first if they don't win this one.
Yeah, and the first matchup was a good one. It was a good one for the Dixie Flyers. 5-point home victory. Had a lead by as many as 17. Desert Hills would rally, though, to make things really interesting. It's the closest region game Dixie had until last week when the Hurricane Tigers came to their place and gave them all they wanted. And it's going to get tougher the second time through. Coaches making adjustments, scheming differently, maybe defending different players with different players of their own, and I expect this one to be an all-out brawl tonight at the Thunderdome.
After Desert Hills beat Dixie, the Thunder have reeled off 5 wins, make that 4 wins in a row now, and they're playing really well. In fact, I think the thing that most impresses me is the way they're shooting the basketball. And you say, well, maybe we can slow down Hokanson. Well, maybe, but you know what? There's Cam Clayton, and there's Braxton Porter, and there's Tanner Turley, and there's Isaac Olivas. And there's a whole team of guys who can shoot the long ball. By the way, our pregame today brought to you by Poncho and Lefties. You had there is Mexican food, but then there's Poncho and Lefties, a cut about great stuff. Love their salsa. In fact, if they'd let me, I'd go sit and eat their chips and salsa all day and not order anything. But I do eventually order something, Devin, over there at Poncho and Lefties. We appreciate them, though. And as we get into this, kind of the X's and O's of this game, Devin, it's going to be a great battle of the guards to me. The guys out front, especially you talk about Curtis, Dye, Elzy, against guys like Porter and Hokanson and Cam Clayton.
Yeah, don't discount Tanner Turley either. He's a guy that had 12 rebounds, and I thought in the first match that the guards for Desert Hills were going to have to play really good offensively and not turn over the ball against Dixie's pressure defense. And then I thought they were going to have to shoot the ball really well, and then I thought they were really going to have to help out in the rebounding department. Well, they did a couple of those things. They turned the ball over way too much. They didn't shoot a good field goal percentage in that game. They were below 35%. And then, of course, they did get good rebounding. In fact, they out-rebounded the Dixie Flyers in that first game. And Tanner Turley led all rebounders with 12 in the first matchup between these two teams.
Now, Desert Hills had been shooting really well, like over 50% for 3 games in a row. Then they went to Cedar last Friday, and they didn't shoot the ball that well, and they were lucky to get out of there with an overtime victory over the Cedar Redmond. And so you kind of wonder, what are going to be the lasting effects? That team that's been shooting it so well and finished strong against Dixie, or that team that didn't shoot the ball well last Friday and really gave up that big lead against Dixie?
It's interesting. Both these teams come in with tight wins to this matchup. I mean, holding off Hurricane was no easy task. You were there. I was not, Andy.
Yeah.
But Hurricane led by 6 going to the fourth quarter and led most of the way to that point as well. So this Dixie team, I think, is beatable, but nobody's done it yet. Until you do, it's only talk, and talk is cheap, as they say. And Coach Cuff has got his kids closing games and not panicking when they're in tight battles. A lot of people would say it would be good for Dixie to lose a game, refocus, know that they're not invincible. Others would say
that's kind of the common knowledge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drop one along the way and then you'll be better.
But other philosophies say you don't coach the team. You don't like to let that happen. You play to win every game, and Coach Cuff is not factoring in the opportunity that maybe they could have a loss. If he does, he'll deal with it. They'll move on. They'll probably be better for it. But it's going to be fun tonight. Desert Hills and Dixie, there's no question. Number 1 in the latest Des News ranking, that's the Flyers, 19-0. And then number 4 are the Desert Hills Thunder. They're 1 spot in front of Pineview thanks to a 47-44 win at the Pit last week.
Yeah, and referring back to that Dixie game against Hurricane on Friday night, I asked Coach Cuff, I said, is it fair to say that you didn't play that well, but you were able to squeak one out? He said, I don't want to say that because I think Hurricane played really good basketball tonight. He said, they came prepared. They knew what we were going to do. They took away a lot of the things that we like to do, and they took care of the basketball. So he said, no, I don't think we played poorly. I think Hurricane just played really good. And I think the Tigers might be one of those wild card teams to contend with now late in the season. Probably not going to be able to crawl out of that 4th place spot, but Hurricane is a tough team that's playing good basketball right now. Tigers tonight taking on the Pineview Panthers. Mike McGarry has the call over there at Pineview High, and that, to me, that's a very fascinating game.
It is, because Hurricane, even in a loss, has to have a lot of confidence right now, and they don't have a commanding lead on Cedar for that final spot, but yet if they beat the 3 team, Pineview, on their home floor, they get a little help, they can maybe move up a spot still. There's enough games to do so, so you're right, that's a really intriguing game. I don't think Pineview's panicked, but the Panthers have slid out of the 1 or the 2 spot in the region standings going into tonight's game.
Of course, really only one big guy on the floor tonight in Richard Guyman. Richard, though, is not a little bit different kind of center. He can score. He scored about 12 a game, but that's not what he does best. What he does best is play defense, and actually he's a great passer out of that center spot, isn't he?
Yeah, he really does, and he gets the ball ready to two-hand slam it. He's really got quick guards to create space and opportunity for him to get the ball in a good position. They don't necessarily run the offense through him, but he usually touches it on almost every set when he's on the court. Yet he's not the focal point like a Trey Farr is at Pineview High School. On the other side, everything runs through Logan Hokinson on offense. They'll use, as we saw against a zone, somebody floating around the key. They'll use Cam Clayton on a high pick and pop. They'll use Cam Clayton as the centerpiece for a lot of their screen game, but they go really wide. They spread the floor really wide. Coach Turley encouraging his guys to keep their spacing, use their speed. Both these teams are built for speed, if you want to know the honest truth, in this matchup tonight.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have our Camping World of St. George keys to the game and our locker room coaches' comments. It's pregame brought to you by our good friends at Poncho and Lefties. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm a single mother.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah.
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Call Desert Hills High School's basketball gymnasium. A fun atmosphere, a lot of concrete in this building, but I love the floor design and I love the feel here at Desert Hills High School. Let's take a look at our Camping World of St. George keys to the game. I kind of want to do something a little different here, Devin. If we had a spotlight and we were going to shine it on one bench and the other bench, where would that spotlight shine as our part of our Camping World keys to the game?
Well, I'm going to go a little contrary to what my people think. I think it's the 2 coaches having a conversation down there right now. Because it's the second time through, because these teams know each other so well, you know, which one game planned the very best? You had a little extra time since it's a Wednesday game, since the teams haven't played since last Friday, to get ready for this one. Now, a lot of people say, oh, coaches coach, and that's great, but players ultimately decide the games. Yes, that's true, but I think tonight, whoever does the best job with substitutions, the feel for their players, calling the right play at the right time, you know, maybe it's the pressure defense, maybe it's a key inbound play, maybe it's just who motivates their guys the very best. I think those coaches will have a lot to do about the outcome of this game tonight. As for the players, I really think it's still Logan Hokinson for Desert Hills. When he's hot, a lot of their things maybe that are deficiencies are masked. They go away because he is shooting so good from outside. He's attacking at the rim. He's getting the ball in and out and being unselfish. And then it's Caden Elsey for me tonight, because those guys should see a little bit of time on each other. I know they might not match up on each other all night long, but I think Caden Elsey is a guy that's very unselfish, that could score 20 a night. I truly believe that if he wanted to just turn him loose and let him play. That cat is an athlete. Yeah. He is a straight athlete, and I hope some colleges out there give this kid an opportunity to play, because I think he can. I think he can play right here in our backyard at Dixie State. I think he can play it up at SU. Maybe he doesn't go big-time D1 because of his size, but this kid can play next-level basketball. I'm a believer.
Back to your point about Hokinson, I still think about that double-clutch three-pointer he made, falling sideways with a guy in his face against Pineview. last week. And, I mean, how do you even make a shot like that? Most of us might hit the rim on a double clutch falling sideways three-pointer, but he swished it.
Well, he can't forget about his teammates tonight, and he has to still continue to have good shot selection. I think shot selection is a huge Camping World key tonight. And then the pressure defense is going to be telling again. Both these teams had a lot of turnovers in the first matchup. I know both coaches have addressed that, and they want that number to stay somewhere below 12 in a game like this tonight. There's going to be some because of the intensity, the rivalry, what's at stake. But, you know, you don't want to have 20 turnovers. It's going to be tough to win against either way against a good team if you have that many.
Coach Turley talked to me about a week and a half ago about the selfishness versus unselfishness on his team. We know Dixie, very, very unselfish team. In fact, to a fault sometimes, where they overpass a little bit. Coach Turley said we need to be more unselfish. I mean, these kids look at Dixie. They need to look at Dixie and say, hey, you know, it doesn't matter who scores. What matters is that the team succeeds. And he said they've done better at that in the last week. But, you know, still need something they need to work on. By the way, our coach's comment brought to you by the Locker Room, 514 North Bluff.
Yeah, and Coach Turley, calm, cool, collect. Coach Cuff, a little bit more verbose, a little bit more animated. He has toned it back since his first 4 or 5 years, where he was running the stairs and on his knees, and he wore his emotion on his sleeve
Got a few tees.
But he's really toned it back this year, especially. I think the maturity of coaching over the years has started to settle in. He's a lot more comfortable, and he knows he's got a confident group of kids that can get the job done when he asks them to do it.
Yeah, couple great teams getting ready to do battle here from the Thunderdome in St. George, out here in the Bloomington Hills area. Desert Hills again comes in with a 15-4 record. And Dixie, I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum, 19-0, 28-game winning streak. If they win tonight, unofficially, they will have tied the school record for most wins in a row in Dixie high school history. And that's a long history. I think the school opened in like 1914 or something like that. So over 100 years of basketball. So should be a great contest tonight. We're happy to be with you here on our triple cast or multicast. We're on the radio, 97.7 FM. We're also on TV. Maybe you're listening in the car, you get home, you want to flick it on. It's TDS Cable Channel 22, as well as streaming online on our website, as well as our app here at ESPN Radio and on SouthernUtahLive.com. So like I've said many times, if you can't find us, it's your fault, not ours, because we're out there a lot.
Yeah, lots of ways you can access a good one here between two Region 9 teams at the top of the standings. Going into just 4 games remaining on the Region 9 schedule. And not much time before the push for the postseason. It's on soon. I mean, we'll have a state champion before the end of the month in February. Andy, it's flown by. It's absolutely flown by in the wink of an eye.
All right, we've got our national anthem coming up here at Desert Hills High School. So in honor of our country, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break. Back with the starting lineups brought to you by Sky Mountain after this 2-minute break.
The Dixie State University Media Studies Department needs your help. If you are watching this broadcast live via the internet, we would like to hear from you. We want to know whether the overall quality and user experience of this stream meets your satisfaction. We would like to hear both positive and negative items. Please email your comments to harrisd@dixie.edu. That's harrisd@dixie.edu. Thank you for your support.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know. My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Thunderdome, Andy and Devin live with you as the Thunder get ready to host the Dixie Flyers. Let's take a look at the Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup. And Devin, if you want to interject your thoughts on a couple of these guys as we go. First of all, for the visiting Dixie Flyers, Ty Curtis wears number 0, average about 7 points a game. Number 2 is Cannon Dye, defensive specialist. Number 4 is Caden Elsie. Elsie averages about 12 points a game, as does big man Richard Guyman. He's at about 12 a game. And then Sam Stewart. Stewart has the ability, Devin, at times to light it up.
Yeah, he really does. I'll tell you what, I want to go to T.Y. Curtis for a second, though. How about 7.2 points a game, 4.1 rebounds a game, 4.1 assists per game, and he is second on the team in steals. Talk about a guy that just does a little bit of everything. Maybe doesn't get as much attention as a Guyman or an Elsie. T.Y. Curtis, for his size and stature, is huge for Coach Ryan Cuff this season.
Mr. Versatility, T.Y. Curtis. And speaking of versatility, over on the other side, Tanner Turley, one of the starters. Tanner kind of gets he's a little bit of guard, he's a little bit of forward, he's a little bit of center, and he does a little bit of everything, including rebound. He's got a handful of double-doubles this season, and it seems like he always has 4 or 5 steals, 4 or 5 assists as well. Also starting for the Thunder, Braxton Porter, Cam Clayton, Logan Hokanson, and I always forget one last guy. Help me out, Devin.
What's that? Braxton Porter, Tanner Turley. You've got Jacob Matthews.
Jacob Matthews. How could I forget Jacob? Of course, Jacob, kind of the hero the last 2 wins for Desert Hills, because he hit clutch free throws both at the end of regulation and the end of overtime against Cedar, and he hit 2 big free throws at the end of the Pineview game when they were chanting "Still Not Quincy" or something like that. Shut up that crowd, didn't he?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, he is burst on the scene. We saw him a little bit last year, and he had an important role on the team. This year, though, he's matured. His scoring, his confidence, his defense is up. In every way, he is improved. He's starting to remind me a lot more of Quincy, his older brother, every time I see him play. I'm so used to seeing Q down there at Dixie State for Coach Judkins, and they have so many of the same characteristics, obviously. Jacob trying to make a name for himself and doing a pretty good job this year, I would say.
Well, to be fair, we can't help it as media members to compare brothers. Jace Bennett on the team for Dixie, and Jace is a little bit younger, not quite there yet, but who knows, maybe someday he can get up there with his brother Tyler, and then, as you mentioned, like a couple of younger brother sets here on this Desert Hills team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got Corbin and Caden Elsie brothers on.
Yeah, playing at the same time.
For Coach Ryan Cuff.
Plus Ryan and Tyler Mars for Desert Hills.
Yeah, absolutely. You got that brotherly connection. Not to mention, both these coaches have sons playing on their teams. In fact, if you look at Coach Hokanson, the assistant coach at Desert Hills, he's got a son on the team too. So there's a lot of family connections in this one.
That's why we love high school basketball. Center jump is taken by Guyman, and the Flyers and Dixie will start out on the offensive end. They'll work the perimeter, looking at what looks like to me a man-to-man defense. It is. Curtis on the right side to Stewart. Now they go inside to Guyman. Guyman one-on-one. Does not take it to the hole. Instead kicks it out to Stewart, who misses the shot. Rebound to Matthews. Ahead to Hokanson. Hokanson will go right to left across the court and then back things out and start over.
Pretty good look for Sam Stewart. Kind of left his hand hanging like he thought he hit it. Just didn't drop.
Turley up high to Clayton. Around the horn to Matthews. Matthews gets a screen from Clayton. Bump, no harm, no foul. Back outside to Turley. Turley drives in the lane. Spins on Guyman a couple times. Decides not to shoot against the big guy. Instead, they go back around the horn. And a little jumper by Clayton from about 12 out. No good.
Now, Tanner looked a little too tentative. Guyman there, the presence, forcing him to kick it back out. Not a bad jumper, but a miss.
Now step back 3 by Elsie, and he can't get it to go. Rebound to the Thunder. They've got a 4-on-3 advantage. Hokanson all the way in, off the glass, partially blocked by Guyman, but a foul called. And let's see if they give it to Elsie or the big guy. They do give it to Caden Elsie, who was on the other side of him as he drove in.
You're going to see in this game, if you're watching online or on CEC TV, you're going to see a lot of hesitation moves from the guards. You can see a lot of the guards changing their pace. And that time you saw that hesitation move, and then Hokanson continued on and earned a trip to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
So Hokanson for 2, and he swishes the first one. Logan at about 12 plus a game. Now, he did miss 4 or 5 games to start the year, so really that average is more like 13 or 14. It's certainly been one of the dynamic scorers in the region this year as he hits the second. Dixie will come, token press, 1-2-2 press. And the Flyers beat it. Go ahead.
If you had a Region 9 3-point contest, I think Logan Hokanson would probably be one of the favorites.
He'd be a finalist for sure. Flinders, I think, would be up there as well.
These are really coming on as of late.
Curtis skips all the way into the lane, and a lefty layup is good. We're tied at 2.
Ooh, I like the left-hand usage there from T.Y. Curtis. A little floater from about 6 out.
Ball nearly stolen away. Good hustle out there by Curtis. You mentioned his versatility and how he seems to he's always involved in the play somehow, whether it's a rebound, a steal, a deflection, whatever it is. Ball comes into Turley in the backcourt. Another versatile guy. Don't know if he's a guard, a forward, or center, but he's a little bit of all of those. Now to Matthews on the wing right. Into Hokanson, one-on-one. Back outside, wide open 3 for Turley, and he got it.
And that's huge because he's guarded by Guyman. If you can get that to drop, now you can start sucking the big man out. He's got to respect that shot a little bit more, and now you can try to get something in the lane on a cut.
And a turnover by Dixie going the other way. Tanner Turley, like you said, maybe trying to loosen things up, pull Guyman away from the basket. 2 minutes in, it's a 5-2 Thunder lead here at home, trying to break that 28-game Dixie winning streak.
And they're using Tanner Turley at the point guard position tonight, but yet he's guarding the 5, and the 5's guarding him.
Turley tried to kick in the corner, had it deflected, and then he commits a foul trying to get it back. First foul of the game on Tanner. Team foul number 1 on each team now. So just kind of feeling each other out. And wow, already Elsie checks out with 1 foul, and Camden bombs away. Flinders checks into the game.
Well, I mean, we didn't see him playing a lot of first quarters this year, and now his role has increased. He's the first guy off the bench a couple minutes in for Coach Guff.
Hard drive and a bump on the dish off, so no free throws, but personal foul on Jacob Matthews. 19-0 Dixie, 15-4 Desert Hills. In they go to Guyman. Guyman one-on-one, goes in, rolls to the hole, and can't hit the shot. And a rebound taken down by Desert Hills.
Size-wise, though, if he can get that going, he can get his shot almost at will against the smaller Desert Hills post play.
In the corner, Clayton for 3, too hard. Rebound to Curtis, stolen away, stolen back, and finally a held ball down on the ground.
There's the 50-50 hustle ball. Cam Clayton wins it. It looked like T.Y. Curtis had that rebound secured, and Clayton, I heard the thump on the floor. He kind of sold the body there, and then Turley was over there to get the tie-up ultimately.
Slow start so far, just 5-2, 3 minutes in. And again, Turley will take a jumper, this time actually just kind of a set shot, and it won't go for him. Dixie does save the rebound, and the Flyers going the other way with it. Canadai in the forecourt, tries to go in the corner, nice steal, but nope, can't keep it from going out of bounds, but there's the hustle of Tanner Turley.
Well, you go back 44-39, really low-scoring game the first go-around, too. I don't know if we'll get to our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert number tonight. Each and every game, we're looking for 55 points. And if we hit it, you get a free dessert. Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt at 25 Main after the game.
Dixie gets it into Guyman. Guyman, nice spin move. Dishes the ball off, but nowhere to go. Back outside, three-pointer out of the corner, up and no good by Dye. Rebound Guyman. Guyman gives it up or lost it to Flinders. And Dixie can reset.
Big
back into Guyman. And Guyman has it tipped away. He's tackled, no call. And hopefully, now Richard's nursing a bum knee. Always something to keep an eye on.
Well, he had Hokanson on him. I mean, that's as big as mismatch as you can get on the floor.
Shoot the ball, big fella.
And finally, the help came from the backside, and that's when Guyman got all tangled up.
Comes into Stewart. Stewart, one dribble to the right side, now back outside. Go into Guyman. Again, one-on-one. Guyman can take that if he wants to. Instead, he dishes it back outside, and Dixie will reset the offense. Still 5-2. I did the Dixie and Hurricane game on last Friday. It was 6-4 at the end of the first quarter. So the scores are definitely trending downward right now, Devin.
Defense starting to pick up. Every shot is a big one.
Flinders into Guyman, back out in the corner. Curtis, that's not really his shot as he misses the three. The air ball is rebounded by Hokanson, going the other way. Hokanson pushing hard, goes all the way in, contorts his body. I think Guyman got a piece of it, and Dixie comes away with it. To Curtis. Curtis on the run. Nice dish off, layup up and good by Camden Flinders.
Flinders caught Jacob Matthews in between, trying to take the charge and knowing he's going to pass the lane.
Inside, reverse layup. Nice looking shot by Turley over Guyman.
And Turley's got some open looks so far, and he's got a 3 and now a nice little left-handed lane. He leads all scorers with 5 points.
7-4 Thunder. Curtis, corner, Flinders. Oh, can't leave him. 3 Cola. No, won't go for him. Offensive rebound, though, to Curtis. He drives all the way in. Little dipsy-do Houdini shot up and in.
Yeah, nice job to hang, and then flip it up where it couldn't be blocked. And nice little English off the backboard and down.
On Friday, Curtis got 2 fouls early in the second quarter. He sat most of the first and all of the second quarter. There's a 3 by Turley the other way. Same shot, same result. Horizon Holmes 3-pointer.
And I don't think we've seen Tanner Turley this hot to start a game. He's feeling it a little bit right now. He only averages under 8 points a game.
Flinders all the way in, and he gets the kind roll. And it's 10-8. Now the scoring's starting to pick up.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, Tanner is in the zone, man. Turley with another one.
And that was a no hesitation. I don't think I've seen Tanner this hot, and now a steal by Turley.
Going to drive in, avoid the charge, shoot it up, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Put up a third time, and that's good. The bucket put in by Logan Hokanson.
Yeah, Hokanson's first points of the game, I believe, other than the free throws.
Yeah.
He's got 4.
15-8, big lead for Desert Hills of 7. 3 out of the corner, Stewart, no good. Easy, uncontested rebound by Desert Hills. Now the Thunder on the move. Hard drive, kick, wide open Porter for 3. No good, Guyman on the glass. Still 15-8, 2 minutes to go. Hard drive, offensive foul, easy call. As Sam Stewart went hard. And that's a charge. Let's take a look at that one again. Yeah. Easy charge call. I think that was Flinders, not Stewart.
And really, Coach Turley played his starters 6 minutes and 13 seconds without a substitution, and now Mars will check in and Tucker Peterson as well. I don't know if I would have taken Tanner Turley out of the game. Come on, Dad.
Yeah,
come on, Coach.
He's check.
He's hot right now.
He did miss the layup on the hard drive, so he did miss one. But, yeah, I'd have kept shooting. He has 11 points here in the first quarter. He's outscored Dixie himself 11-8. And then Hokanson has the other 4. Thunder slowing it down now. Cam Clayton for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Dixie. Solo Labrum in the game, got the board. Ahead to Elsie. Elsie bumped hard. Can't get the shot to go, but gave it a chance. He will get 2 free throws. I think, Desert Hills very quick on the trigger. You watch the drive here on the replay. Definitely a foul, and actually did a great job of just getting it up there.
Yeah, Elsie's so uber athletic. You saw the leap, extension there, and really good stroke, too. I really like his tempo and rhythm. See a good look at it from the free throw line, but the shot's the same on the 3-pointers. The only time he really changes is his little brother, Corbin, comes in, little brother by a couple minutes. Is when he's doing those little floaters and those teardrops, in the lane.
They're actually Devin. I think they're 10 months apart. They're not twins.
They're not twins,
but they are. I think they're in the same grade.
They're really close.
So,
I knew they were close.
One of those weird cutoff things, but he makes both free throws, and it's a 15-10 game. As Desert Hills beats the press. Hokanson says play number 1. And now takes a little glance at his coach to make sure he's got the right play call. Goes out high to Kunzler, around the horn to Peterson. Peterson always a threat to shoot. He loves to shoot the basketball. Pass inside, goes to the floor, and now to the floor again, and somehow Desert Hills comes away with it. Hokanson thrashed and has it stolen away to Elsie. Elsie lays it up and in.
If Hoke could find a lane, he would have had numbers, but the Dixie defense double team out top, gets the tip, and that leads to transition points off turnovers.
Put him in jail, didn't they? And a blocking foul called on Corbin Elsie as Hokanson tried to get past him.
And it's all of a sudden like a flip. Like, the light switch has been hit. Dixie's starting to really up the defensive intensity. Yeah, they're starting to do that trap out top that can be so frustrating for opposing guards.
Down to 32 seconds to go in the quarter, but Dixie, 4 quick points. They've made it a 3-point game. You've got to figure Desert Hill's going to try to hold for one here. As Hokanson walks it across. And they'll pass around the perimeter a little bit. Down to 20 seconds now. Kunzler bumped. He's going to shoot, and he got fouled from behind. I think that's a pretty good call. Even if he really didn't touch him much, you just can't reach over a guy like that when he's shooting.
Well, as long as there's no contact, but I think there was contact, and that's why we had the whistle. You know, Kunzler's going to make the drive.
Yeah, definitely body if nothing else.
Yeah, up top, but I think the bump came with the body for certain on Caden Elsie. He didn't like the call, but I think it's the right one in that situation.
And that's 2 fouls on Elsie, so he'll have to sit probably the entire second quarter, and this is your leading scorer.
I like what Solo Labrum did in a couple minutes there. Came in, got a couple deflections, and he gets a quick breather as well.
A couple of good rebounds. Free throw up and good by Kunzler. One more coming. Hit them both. Another thing that has happened for Desert Hills in their recent success, they are shooting good. Good percentage from the free throw line. 10 seconds to go. Dixie needs to draw something up here. Curtis wants to break down the D. He does. Goes, kicks it in the corner. Cuff, 3 out of the corner, no good. Rebound to the Thunder, and that's how the quarter will end. Got a pretty good look from Cuff, but it would not go. So after one complete on our one-loss scoreboard, it is Desert Hills 17 and Dixie 12.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Desert Hills High School Thunder leading it by 5 over the undefeated Flyers here after one, and Dixie will have the basketball. Devin checking our Region 9 scoreboard, our Hearst Ace Hardware scoreboard. Get to him in just a second. Dixie on the offense. Curtis on the angle left. Now he goes outside to Cuff. Cuff can't get the 3 away. Good defense over there by Olivas. Back to Dye. Dye looking for a cutter. Nobody's moving. Finally crosses over and goes in himself. Gets the ball to Stewart. Stewart double team, shoots it up and in anyway.
Oh, hot potato shot there. Just got it up and over quickly before it can be blocked.
Other way, going all the way in Turley. He has a shot blocked. Dixie coming with it. Outside to Curtis. Curtis to Cuff, and a foul called on the drive and pass.
Quick update into the first quarter from the pit. Pineview and Hurricane tied 13-13.
Yeah, this Hurricane team is better than we give them credit for. As you can see, yeah, nice little reaching foul in there called on Kunzler. They get it into Guyman. Guyman double team, lost it, got it back, lost it, and now Desert Hills comes away with it. Ahead it goes to Matthews. Matthews all the way in. Acrobatic shot won't go. Rebound goes to the floor, and here comes Dixie. Curtis. Spin move in the lane, outside to Cuff. Cuff had a 3, didn't take it. Instead drives in and throws it away. Nice crossover by Matthews, and he'll go all the way in and lay it up for 2.
Well, Cuff missed that 3, so he wanted to dribble, and then he's got to pull up for that jumper. Instead, he flips out to try to find a teammate, but his eyes were turned. He didn't see that there was nobody open, and he threw it right to Desert Hills. That leads to points off turnovers the other way.
After the defender flew by, if he steps inside, he's got a wide open 15-footer, but didn't take it. Into Guyman. Guyman in the lane. Back out to Cuff. Open 3 for the sophomore. Got it.
Oh, I love the fact he shot that with confidence after making a mistake. Huge bounce back for the young sophomore, Tanner Cuff.
Timeout on the floor. It is 19-17. 30-second break. We'll be right back.
There is a place where rocks bleed, and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden teeth holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score is unsettled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Layup for Dixie. They got a 3 from Tanner Cuff and a 2 from Sam Stewart, and they've been able to cut it to a 2-point game. And nobody wants to take the ball in. There we go. As triggering it will be Cam Clayton. Nobody wanted to pass the ball in, but they finally found somebody. Now the press, 2-2-1 press for Dixie. Broken by the Thunder. Into Clayton, and Clayton has it stolen away, but a foul called, a reaching foul called on the Flyers.
Yeah, right now this momentum has kind of been all Thunder here in the first half, but yet Dixie has kind of fought past that and now cut it down to just a 2-point lead, surviving that hot shooting start from Tanner Turley.
Now Corbin Elsie just got his second foul, so the Elsie family with 4 fouls so far here in this first half. DH working the O. Hokinson out near half court now. Crosses over on Corbin Elsie. Backs it back out. Now pass it around the horn. Matthews looking in. Had Clayton. Didn't give it to him. Of course, Clayton had Guyman on his back. Now they go to Clayton. Pull up jump stop by Matthews is good. Nice shot.
All right, the play design too. Get it to Clayton and then roll off him. Use him as a screen. And still you have a contested shot, but he drained it.
Yeah, Guyman came out, made him shoot it extra high, but it swished. 21-17 Thunder. Curtis gets a screen from Guyman, but can't do anything with it. Backs it back out. Guyman sets up in the post. Get it to the big guy. He goes baseline. Back outside. It's tipped out of bounds by the Thunder.
And it looks like they're going to continue as soon as they look to enter it to Guyman. Send the backside help to quickly try to get a double team on Richard Guyman. He's yet to score in this game.
Yeah, only shot maybe twice. Pretty unselfish kid, though. Looking to get it in. Dixie's got to get someone open. They do get Flinders open. Fake the 3. Drives in the lane. Lefty layup. Nice finger roll by Flinders.
Real patient there. Pump fake it, drive it, and then know that there's no shot blocker there and flip it up with the left hand.
Now a steal by Curtis the other way, and he'll lay it up and in. And how many times have we seen that this year?
Oh, T.Y. Curtis, this kid just, I love to watch him play. You just can't fall asleep because he'll hijack it and finish with the thievery.
Tie game. In goes nice looking lefty shot by Turley. Off the glass over Guyman, and Desert Hills back up by 2.
Well, good thing Tanner is really scoring the ball. Hokinson not getting a lot of looks, but that's okay as long as Turley's getting lanes, high percentage shots like that. That's huge.
13 already here in the first half. I think Turley's career high is about 20. Now a 3 by Flinders, not a good shot. He was not open. Ahead to Matthews. Matthews all the way in, lays it up and in. Just caught the defense napping a little bit, Devin.
Well, and T.Y. Curtis is not a shot blocker, so he went straight up and tried to make it a tough shot, but didn't want to commit a foul in that situation. A lot of guards already in foul trouble, and Matthews able to elevate and lay it home with ease.
25-21, Desert Hills. In they go to Guyman. No double team. He goes back out to Flinders. Drives baseline. Gets it off to Curtis. Curtis in heavy traffic. Shot up. Will not go. So close. Rebound to Desert Hills. Dribbling out of traffic. Nope. Ball stolen away. Curtis to Guyman. Guyman in reverse layup. No. Tipped out and saved by Turley. And Turley is bumped and fouled.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to call it consistent, probably needed to call foul prior to that one. I thought the first foul away from Braxton Porter was worse than that little bump. That looked inadvertent to me. Yeah. But at the same time, when Turley hits the deck like that, pretty hard not to blow the whistle in that situation.
First foul of the game on the big guy Guyman. 3:30 left in the first half. 4-point lead. Hokinson, long 3, got it.
And
Logan Hokinson.
He's been patient. He's been patient tonight, letting the game come to him. That's a huge sign for the Thunder.
All the way in, lefty layup by Corbin. Elsie up and good.
Now Caden and Corbin combo for 25 a couple weeks ago to win over Snow Canyon.
Another three out of the corner. This one's no good, and maybe Turley has cooled off finally. Dixie on the run. Pull up. Curtis left it short. Tipped out and saved by Desert Hills. They had numbers, and they will take him. Hokanson all the way in. Up and good. Wow, Hokanson's starting to warm up now.
The behind the back dribble to get the space. Now Hokanson calling for the crowd to get on their feet. It's a pretty split crowd. The Dixie fans are here in full force, but the Thunder have built a 7-point lead.
30-23, full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Dixie State University Media Studies Department needs your help. If you are watching this broadcast live via the internet, we would like to hear from you. We want to know whether the overall quality and user experience of this stream meets your satisfaction. We would like to hear both positive and negative items. Please email your comments to harrisd@dixie.edu. That's harrisd@dixie.edu. Thank you for your support.
What? The storks are bringing me a baby brother.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What? Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
We can do this together.
To know for sure that your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
Remember when I was a baby? Felt like 1 minute ago?
What? Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
What he said.
And a replay of the dipsy-do by Mr. Hokanson, and he did not bank that one off. That went straight in. Hokanson with 9 now. Turley with 13 to lead the Thunder. Dixie has Curtis and Flinders with 6 each. Flinders has it now on the angle left. Goes baseline to Stewart. Into Guyman, and he has it torn away. Might have been a reaching foul on that one. No call, though, and Desert Hills with the basketball.
For the most part, Andy, they're really letting them play.
Yeah, I agree. Drive, Clayton can't get a shot away. Back outside to Porter and over to Hokanson. Porter had a huge block shot against Pineview with 3 seconds left when it appeared Vaca was going to tie the game with an open three. Came flying out of nowhere and got a piece of it. 2 minutes to go in the half. Desert Hills leads by 7. Step back, 3, Hokanson, that one's no good. A rebound tipped out of bounds off of Dixie. It'll be Desert Hills ball. Good position that time, I believe, by Clayton.
And Caden Elsie was the guy they say touched it last. Hard to tell live time.
Elsie playing with 2 fouls. Hokanson has his shot blocked by Curtis. He blocked shots too, Devin.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Now Flinders in the forecourt. Gets a screen, no look pass to Guyman, and it's tipped out of bounds.
And really, that's the best way. You got to stay down, so you really got to go for the hand block quickly because you're not going to elevate with Logan Hokanson a lot of times. He's a great leaper. He really elevates on the jumper, and that was the best way you can really defend him and take away his shot because if you leave your feet and get moving all over, he's going to get free looks because he's so crafty with the basketball off the dribble.
Off the peel, Curtis. Boy, what a shot. Reaches back with the right hand on Hokanson and scores it.
And Curtis really looking to score in this game.
He's got 8. That's already above his average. 3 by Braxton Porter is up and good. Horizon Holmes tray.
Oh, a little air fist pump there. Porter fired up about that. Love the trail there by Braxton Porter.
Lead is 8 into Guyman. Guyman to Flinders. 10-footer good.
Flinders, you can see he's a pure scorer too. Shooter. Caught it in rhythm from the elbow there, about 13 feet out, buried it, nothing but the net.
He and Curtis have 8 points each. Score getting up there, 33 in the first half for Desert Hills. We might get that Holbrook Asphalt big score, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It started slow, but since then the tempo has really been quick.
33-27, Desert Hills using the clock. 45 seconds to go in the half. We'll see if they hold it for 1. I think if they get a good look, they'll go ahead and shoot. They do get a good look. Peterson all the way in, he traveled. Good call. Took that little extra hop as he's driving in. And he would have had a layup, but a contested one.
I didn't think it was a travel until the officials started calling it. But you kind of saw what I didn't see it. I thought he took 2 steps. I might have missed it, though.
So Dixie basketball, 6-point deficit for the undefeated Flyers. 30 seconds to go in the half. Guyman sets up in the block, and they overthrow it. Not a good pass, entry pass by Flinders.
Sometimes that's a difficult pass. You're moving your front, and you're getting denied. Now you're on the backside. You're trying to finesse that up in high and just miscue in communication department where you're going to be.
Peterson nearly has it stolen away. They get it back. Hard drive, reverse layup blocked out of there by Guyman. Put back though by Hokanson at the buzzer is good. Logan Hokanson cleaned up the garbage on that one to end the half, didn't he, Devin?
Well, I like what Cam Clayton did, and he didn't panic, but he went with enough time to get a potential rebound. So often you see teams hold for a shot and then have no chance to the offensive putback. That time he went early enough, the right place, right time for Hokanson. And Hokanson and Turley flexing their scoring muscles, and they got an 8-point lead at the break.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Info West halftime report coming up, 35-27. At halftime, we'll have some Wilkinson stats. We'll also have our Region 9 scoreboard updates brought to you by Hearst Hardware. Cedar tonight taking on Snow Canyon. Hurricane over at Pineview. We'll have those scores for you and more coming up on our Info West halftime after this 2-minute break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Well, I'm not going to say Dixie hasn't been in a hole before. They were down 7 late in the third quarter against Hurricane just last Friday and down 6 going into the fourth quarter. Came back and won that game big. They had one of their patented long runs. They had a 16-2 run. Now Hurricane climbed back in and had a chance to tie at the end, but the Flyers can turn it on. But right now, Devin, they're in a pretty good hole, 35-27 at the break.
Yeah, and you know what? Appreciate Info West bringing the halftime report and the Tempest line. Region champs recently, from what I understand, putting on a show here for a packed house at the Thunderdome here tonight. And hot shooting from early, Tanner Turley, and then Logan Hokanson started to fill it up in the second quarter. And then really, Desert Hills defensively kind of giving Dixie a little taste of their own medicine, getting tips, getting deflection, getting out and running, getting some points off turnovers. Both teams obviously still in a position where this would go either way, but through the first half, Coach Turley's got to really like this first half much better. Remember that first matchup, it was like 14-0 before you blinked.
Yeah.
I mean, Desert Hills really struggled to score early on in that first matchup. Tonight, not so. 35 first half points against this Dixie Flyer team, pretty impressive.
You know, and coaches will tell you, Devin, that when you run scout team on a certain kind of defense you're going to face, it can never mimic, it can never duplicate the actual speed from what you run. And I think that's really what got Desert Hills first time around was, yeah, they practiced against that 2-2-1 press, but not with the speed that Dixie has. Now they've seen it. Now they're a little more prepared for it. And for the most part, it was just a minor nuisance for them in the first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But, you know, both these coaches will make adjustments in half number 2. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But let's check some of the highlights, shall we, from our CEC TV crew. Welcome you in on TDS Channel 22 or online. And T.Y. Curtis, he took it upon himself to do a little scoring. 8 first half points, pretty late in there. But Tanner Turley, like we mentioned, deep 3 straight away.
Yeah, sharing the ball around. No Flinders, I thought, had some big minutes with both Corbin and Caden Elsie in foul trouble. But, boy, how about Turley? He knew it was a big game. Coach's son, he said, somebody's got to hit that big shot.
And look at the stroke. The stroke is calm. He's not rushing it. He's not hurrying it. 3 first half threes for Turley.
Caden Elsie, a little bit of foul trouble. And then how about this one? A little crossover by Matthews for the layup. Jacob Matthews. This is when the lead started to stretch out a little bit. Flinders with the lefty layup cut it back down to 4 points momentarily. But a good finish. Hokanson, acrobatic shot up and good.
And that's his game right there. If he's not hitting the 3, he's hanging and hitting in transition or in the lane.
And switch that one, of course, and then inside. Johnny on the spot. Hokanson right before the buzzer on the putback. Little acrobatic, almost a tip drill.
Get this. Tanner Turley's hit 5 threes all season. He hit 3 in the first half tonight. If that tells you anything about how he was feeling it in half number 1.
Tells me a lot. He leads the team with 13 points as we look at our Wilkinson stats. 11 in the first half for Logan Hokanson. And then only 3 other guys have scored. 6 for Jacob Matthews. Braxton Porter had a big 3, and then two free throws for Sam Kunzler in the first half. And for the Dixie Flyers, 8 points each to lead the way for T.Y. Curtis and Camden Flinders. Now, like I said, Flinders got some key points and some key minutes because the Elsie brothers were both in foul trouble.
Yeah, they did get into foul trouble, and Caden never really caught rhythm because of it. Corbin did have a nice little bucket there for 2 points. I know Caden still had 4 points.
Yeah, Caden with 4, 3 points for Cuff on a 3-pointer, and then a bucket for 2 by Corbin. Elsie bucket for 2 by Sam Stewart, and Sam is the kind of guy that he had a 22-point game earlier this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So we got a fun little promotion going on here where the girls shooting baskets, and I don't know if there's money on the line or what, but Troy Coyle, the athletic director out there, refereeing the promotion down on the court. It's 35-27 here at the half with the Thunder leading the undefeated Flyers, and I was hoping, Devin, we want to take a timeout and check scores, or do you want to, you got any for us right now?
The one I do have is also at the half, and Pineview has started to stretch things out. It was tied 13-13 into the first quarter, but Pineview's up 36-22.
Wow, big second quarter, wow.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So they just outscored 23 to 9 in that second quarter. So the Panthers starting to get a little separation heading into the second half. I don't yet have a update for you on Cedar and Snow Canyon, but I'll work on that when we come back.
And that's essentially a loser-out game. If Cedar loses that one, they'll both be a couple of games behind Hurricane. If Snow Canyon loses, their playoff hopes are pretty much dashed. So we'll take another 2-minute timeout. It's the Info West halftime report, and Desert Hills upsetting the number 1 rated Flyers, up by 8 here at the break.
14-12.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The Dixie State University Media Studies Department needs your help. If you are watching this broadcast live via the internet, we would like to hear from you. We want to know whether the overall quality and user experience of this stream meets your satisfaction. We would like to hear both positive and negative items. Please email your comments to harrisd@dixie.edu. That's harrisd@dixie.edu. Thank you for your support.
Teams have come out to warm things up here in the second half, and Devin promised us a little bit of analysis and adjustments that are going to need to be made here as we start half number 2. Devin, I know you promised us some adjustments in the second half. What do you got for us?
Adjustments in the second half. Get Caden Elsie going. Obviously, Dixie's got to find a way to get him more involved offensively.
I agree, yeah.
Normally, he gets 6-8 shots a half. I think he had 3 in the first half. Part of that foul trouble with 2 fouls. It's tough to really throw the kitchen sink at Tanner Turley because we're not used to seeing the scoring output out of him. I would probably continue to more so focus on just defending the three-point line because Porter got looks, Hokanson got looks, Turley got looks. I don't think Dixie defensively has to panic. I think they've just got to continue to make sure they're extended out and got hands in the face on the three-point line. They got to be a little bit more sound with the basketball. I think Desert Hills had an edge in the turnover department in the first half. Part of the reason they're up 8 at the break over number 1 rated Dixie Flyers, looking for a 20-0 start to the season. But right now, that's in question, down by 8.
I don't know this for a fact, but I would hazard a guess that 35 points is the most Dixie's allowed this year in the first half, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe it was a non-region game where it was loose and high scoring, but I don't remember one. No. Maybe up in a tournament we didn't cover or something.
I know they were up at that Riverton Holiday Classic, played some big schools, but they won all those games, right. So they must have played pretty good defense.
No, I bet you're absolutely right. We'll look to see that. And the Dixie Flyers defense started to show the signs of that trap and that pressure, but then Desert Hills was able to get buckets again after about a 4-minute stretch. So it'll be really interesting to see how the second half plays out.
And it has begun now. Thunder with a chance for a double-digit lead, if they can score right here. Curling off of a pick is Hokanson, but no shot. Cannon died defending him. Already held it for about 25 seconds on this possession. Out high it goes to Clayton. Clayton kicks it to Turley. Turley backs away from Guyman. And they'll reset. In the corner it goes. Hokanson, a couple of lefty dribbles. Gets a screen from Clayton. Crosses over, goes all the way in. And on the dish off, they're going to say he got bumped.
Yeah, he's going to call a hand check, just impeding his progress a little bit on Cannon Dye. And they're going to get Cannon, I believe, with the personal foul.
First foul on Dye. Ball comes in, tipped away and stolen. Dixie on the run. Here's Sam Stewart. Stewart all the way in. Nice little finger roll, protected the ball from Porter.
That's Caden Elsie get the poke away, then the lead pass to Stewart. And great patience there, not to rush it. Use the rim kind of as a shield so you don't go to the angle where Porter was racing from the backside to get a would-be block.
35-29, ball tipped out of bounds by Elsie. Pretty quiet night so far for Caden Elsie, who averages better than 12 a game and leads the team with 28 three-pointers on the year. He does not have a 3 in this game, does he?
No, but, he's not a high-volume shooter. He gets most of his stuff unselfish through the offense when it's there.
And T.Y. Curtis picks up a foul, trying to reach from behind and steal from Clayton. First foul of the game on Curtis, so no biggie there. You can see, thought he had an angle, but a good cutoff by Clayton.
Yeah, every strong with the basketball against this Dixie guard line. You got to get there quick, and you got to secure it, or they'll swat it away, poke it free, and usually go score with it.
2-0 to score here in the third quarter. Dixie with the only points, and they trailed by 6. Looking for a backdoor, not there. Now they go inside, and too strong. Lead out pass, Curtis, finger roll up and good, and it's a 4-point game.
And T.Y. with the speed, as soon as that's poked away, he's off to the races, beats everybody down the court, passes money, finger roll is money as well.
Is that Guyman on that long touchdown pass?
I believe it was.
Inside, Clayton, little spin move, no good, got his own rebound. Tries a reverse layup, that won't go either. Guyman avoids the foul. Dixie with the rebound. Elzy in the corner to Curtis, back to Elzy. Had the three, didn't take it. And they'll go back outside and reset the offense. Dixie scored the only points, 4 of them here in the second half. Drive and dish. Elzy inside, finger roll. Nice touch from Elzy, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about getting his. They'll come to him in the second half, and he's running the offense, and it really designed to open him up, almost like a weave where the lane was just there, and he finger rolls it down.
That was about an 8-foot finger roll. And a reach foul called, and that'll be 3 now on Elzy. So just when he was starting to get warmed up, he picks up his 3rd foul. He's probably going to sit down. Here comes Flinders to come in for him.
And he was pointing, he was waving back. He didn't. Coach Cufford already went and got Flinders, and he was like, no, I'm good. And now they a little smile and a little high five over there exchanged between coach and player.
2-point game now. Dixie 6-0 here in the second half. Talk about the big runs they're able to make. They've done it on pretty much everyone this year, made one big run. Right now they're on a 6-0 run. Inside Turley lefty layup, left it short. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Guyman. Did a good job of getting it up on the rim, and with Guyman right there.
Yeah, he went so quick to that spin and then attack that Guyman was kind of on the back, and he got it off, just left it short.
Now Turley will drive again on Guyman. Pump fake, shot up, no good. Rebound, fought for, and Guyman comes out of there with it. Dixie wanted to run, but the Desert Hills contested the pass, and so Flyers will have to run the half court. 3 minutes into the second half, and Desert Hills has not scored. Really good defense. Guyman tries to go to the hole. Ball goes down. Gets it back. Shot up. Stewart, no good. Rebound taken out of there finally by Turley. And Turley will bring it up himself. He'll go hard to the hole. Lefty layup, too hard, no good. Put back up and good by Clayton.
Yeah, good spot to miss. Too much English over the basket because the weak side crash was Cam Clayton for the easy putback.
3 out of the corner. Flinders, he's got it. Horizon Holmes tray.
I love the transition 3. Spot your shooters up before the defense can set themselves and react. And Flinders, he knew it was good from the moment it left his hand.
And it's a 1-point game. And now Dixie called for a pushing foul. I believe Curtis got it. That'll be his second. But already team foul-wise, that's 4 on Dixie, 0 on Desert Hills.
Could be a factor. Get into the fourth quarter.
Hokinson walks it across to Porter. Top of the key to Clayton. Clayton to Turley. And they throw it away. Trying to save it is, and a good job by Dixie. A point now. Coach Cuff was over there saying, wait, he can't go back and come back. So a backcourt violation, or over and back, as they like to say.
Yeah, Ball never went backcourt, but that's okay. Ball actually can. It's the feet that can't in that situation, and he had 2 steps behind the half-court stripe.
Halfway through the third, 37-36 Desert Hills. Flinders coming off a couple of screens. Up top to Stewart instead. Back to Curtis. Curtis between the legs dribble, and he'll back it out, and they'll reset. T.Y. Curtis. Says only his mama calls him Tyler. He'll drive hard, now kick it over to Flinders. Flinders thought about the 3. Now he drives and gives it back out to Curtis. Curtis trying to get it into Guyman. Guyman is held on the play. Guyman faked the screen and then just kind of rolled to the basket before there was even a screen, and they held him up.
Yeah, Dixie does a good job making concerted effort not to forget about the big guy. You're in the corner there, you kind of slip through a little double team. Pass was pretty good, but I think I got Clayton was, they called Porter, but I thought Clayton was the one that probably should have got tagged with that foul, not Porter.
I did too. And what happened? They called a carry? I think they called a carry on Curtis on that one.
You don't see the old carry called too much anymore.
Nope. Hokanson pretty good at kind of straddling that line of whether it's a carry or not. So is Curtis. Hokanson trying to get around, and the cuff cuts him off. Now he'll go all the way in. Little runner, no good. Rebound to Guyman. Guyman to Flinders. Flinders nearly had it stolen away. And now Dixie will slow it down. 3:04 to go in the third. Flinders looks into Guyman. Got it to him. Big fella. Rolls to the hole. Lays it up. No good. No foul called as he hits the deck. And here comes DH. Inside Turley. Turley lays it up in because Guyman was just barely getting there.
Well, that's smart basketball. Turley raced ahead, got down to the middle, and then they hit him right before Guyman was retreating. Another split second, Guyman gets that block.
Now they go back inside to Guyman. Out to Flinders for three. Shot high. Archer bounces off the rim and no good. But Dixie, they had a steal and it went right off the foot of Curtis.
The pass was so low, or maybe it was partially deflected, that it goes off the foot out of bounds.
He's low enough to the ground, he can usually get those too, but Desert Hills up by 3 now.
Going to extend out the pressure. Coach Cuff's going to throw that three-quarter court press on.
All goes into the corner. Cam Clayton, he's trapped.
Held it too long. Held it too long.
Yeah, they got to use the timeout. But we'll step aside for 30 seconds. 3-point Thunder lead back in 30 seconds.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Game also brought to you by Southern Utah University. One decision could affect the rest of your life. Make it a good one. Choose SUU. I know a lot of football players chose SUU today. Today, National Letter of Intent Signing Day.
Yeah, I talked with Coach Warren on the show. He's pretty excited. Talked with Coach Mack at Dixie State. He was also excited. Most coaches are pretty excited about the recruiting class. I don't think I've ever met one that said this is a terrible recruiting class.
Yeah, we did bad. Coach Crochet always used to say it's like Christmas. There's a steal as a DH player goes to the floor, and then a reach by Clayton on what maybe should have been a no call, huh?
No, I didn't think he fouled him. I thought he got ball, and then they should have let him play on, but official saw the reach and called it. Been a lot worse reaches in this game that went uncalled, in my opinion. Yeah, the one common thing I saw between SU and Dixie State, St. John's Bosco, they both had recruits from perennial powerhouse down in California.
Nice backdoor pass by Guyman, but the puppy is missed by Flinders. Rebound, Desert Hills.
Look how quickly Sam Stewart gets back to slow down Logan Hokanson.
Hokanson tries a deep three. That shot's no good. Rebound taken down by Elsie. Elsie throws it down to Guyman, but not a good pass. Saved by Dixie. Now saved by the Thunder. The Desert Hills is going to have numbers. It's an all-out scrum on the floor. Bodies everywhere, and they're going to call a jump ball.
I love it.
How about the effort and intensity?
Hokanson was over there, and then he's over here, and then Cuff's over here, and he's over there. I mean, unbelievable effort, both these teams. And I'm glad that the officials let that sequence go. I didn't see a foul in that whole mix. Phenomenal there. Saved by Hokanson and the save by Cuff. Miscue there. Here comes Hoke. And then finally the tie-up. Great hustle by Corbin Elsie at Dixie to get that tie-up with two Thunder players right there.
That's speed and quickness by Hokanson and others.
At any point, if somebody gets that basketball clear, they might have a bucket, but nobody could do it with the tremendous effort and defense.
Flinders drives in. Shot blocked out of there by Matthews. He says, oh, no, you don't. And the Thunder will have numbers if they can take advantage. Kunzler steps back for a three. That's no good. Rebound, offensive putback, no good by Peterson. Rebound again, this time by Kunzler, trying to make room, and he lays it up and in.
Wow. Kunzler taking that jumper surprised me, but then got the rebound and the putback.
Inside it goes to Labrum. He has a shot blocked. Pump fake there, and this time he's fouled, and he's fouled hard.
Oh, the fans are loving this tonight. They are on the edge of their feet. The intensity in the gym is thick, folks.
Desert Hills has scored 6 in the quarter. Dixie has scored 9. See Labrum there doing everything he can. Great pump fake there. I thought that was a foul. Well, that was the one they called. Okay. Little undercut.
I don't think they called it on the hand. I think they called it on the box out, or they called it up high. I think they called it up high on Porter.
But Labrum misses the free throw. Second foul on Porter, by the way. And
Solo, a great story. I mean, remember, he started the season coming off a broken foot. I think it was a foot.
Yeah.
And then fought his way back. Minutes are starting to increase. Kind of that glue guy, that hustle guy.
But, oh, he banked the free throw in. He bricked the first one. Second one was kind of ugly, but it went in. And it's a 4-point game. Desert Hills with the basketball. They break the press. Mars in the game for the first time. That's Tyler Mars. And he's able to get rid of it. Now Thunder with numbers. Drive, shot, foul by Matthews, I believe. No, Kunzler. How about Kunzler playing like he's Jacob Matthews?
Yeah, Kunzler right now is seeing a crease, and he is not intimidated by the moment. The team, the kid that didn't make the team last year, great story of perseverance. Comes back, tries out again, makes the team, and playing stretch minutes here in the third quarter against the #1 team in the state that hasn't lost a game all year and attacking the rim. I love it.
He was fouled by Labrum. First foul of the game on Labrum, but Kunzler misses the free throw.
Got to get Guyman back in there for defensive purposes. Big Richard.
Hate to say it, but Guyman about needs to play, I don't know, out of a 32-minute game, probably needs to play 30 of them.
And he had the biggest role on last year's state championship team. Of all the guys coming back, his role was the biggest, and it wasn't really close. Elsie did have a huge role off the bench, especially in the second half of the season and into the playoffs, but Guyman was a focal point of the offense behind Tyler Bennett last year for the Flyers.
Elsie drives in the lane. He is tripped and foul called. That's a tough break for the defense because they didn't really foul him, but anytime a player is tripped like that, the ref has to decide, is it a travel or is it a foul? And
yeah, he certainly traveled, but after the trip came,
yep.
You know, and he's sliding his feet. Levis, maybe a little bump from the backside, not much. I don't think that's much of a foul. And they're saying it's on the shot, so he'll get 2 from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Appreciate our friends at Fabulous Freddy's. Fuel it up. Wash it down. Always feel fabulous. Did you know you can get a 3-month unlimited wash for as little as $16 and some change per month? Best deal in town at Fabulous Freddy's.
Excellent deal. I might have to look into that. I still got the books. I've been buying the books for years.
That's a good deal, too.
Yep. Usually get like 11 washes for the price of 8 in those books. So
yeah,
I have a bad problem. I'm a car wash addict.
I am too. I gotta wash my car at least once or twice a week, especially when it's winter and it's raining. You know,
yeah, you get gunk on it. And, yeah.
Never have to wash your car in the summer.
2 free throws by Elsie, and he'll sit down for a break. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. 42-39. They break the press, skip it across to Turley, and work the clock down with 15 seconds. Hokanson with his hands on the ball. I don't think Hoke's been off the court. Turley will drive in. Shot blocked out of there, but they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Cuff. Cuff can't believe it.
Desert Hills continuing to run their sets, and most of their sets are designed to either be to the middle of the floor. That time puts it on the bounce, and Turley just attacks and gets the call.
Well, they do give it to Cuff. I don't know that Cuff is the guy that fouled him. I thought maybe Labrum got him on the front side. Looked like a clean block from Cuff, but it doesn't matter. The main thing is Turley will go to the line, and he swishes it.
Turley had 13 in the first half, but just 3 so far
now,
in the second half.
But the lead is back to 4, and with 7 seconds to go in the half, maybe 5-point lead at the half. Free throw, though, no good. Dixie with the rebound. They'll push it hard. Henderson to back out. 3-pointer underway by Corbin. Elsie is no good, and that's how the quarter will end, 43-39. Thunder score 8 in the quarter, and the Flyers score 12. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. 1 quarter left. Thunder by 4.
You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing?
Welcome back
How
to
totally
the Thunderdome.
Selfish and untoddlike
It's a
of you.
4-point game here at the quarter.
Come on,
Nobody
Todd.
for Desert Hills scored more than 3 in the quarter. For Dixie, Caden Elsey had 4. He's got 8 in the game. Not a lot of free throws. Dixie 3 out of 4 from the line. And Desert Hills 2 out of 4 from the line in the quarter. And we'll go first place on the line to the last 8 minutes.
Yeah, trying to keep that streak alive. This is where the Flyers have not panicked, stayed calm.
Ball flying all over. Another scrum on the floor. These two teams do not want to lose. And we got another held ball, and there's going to be some court burns tonight.
Man, I don't think I've seen anybody fight for loose balls against Dixie like Desert Hills has tonight.
I think that must have been the theme of practice the last couple of days was they're going to get on the floor, you better too.
And it's the defense that's really gotten Desert Hills to where they are as well. They have played really good defensively since the new year especially.
Cannon die, gives it to Stewart on the left side as they wing it around the horn. Trying to get through the lane was Guyman, and he's impeded by Kunzler for a foul.
That's the right call, but that's a tough call to make because Kunzler's extended the arm and he's just ready to turn and run with Guyman, but he's like, you're going to go around me if you want to get to that low block position.
Dixie back on the O. LZ in the top of the key. Left side to Curtis. Dixie's offense looking a little stagnant right now. Guyman sets a screen, but not used.
Had no chance to be used because it was so deliberate and he didn't really come up and set a forceful pick.
Dixie using the clock. Now this, in the fourth quarter, they like to run 4 corners. Down by 4. I don't know if they can afford to do that. Elsie all the way in. Shot blocked. Rebound fought for and saved by the Flyers. Effort by Dye. And they'll reset the offense. Curtis into Guyman. Tips it up and in on the alley-oop.
Kunzler made a great block, but you described it well. And then the alley-oop to finish the set for the Flyers. Throw it up high. Let Guyman go up above everybody. Tap it down home.
6:40 left in the game. 2-point game.
Haven't settled anything, AG.
Porter thought about the 3. Now goes way out high. Nice save by Kunzler. He's going to go all the way to the hole. Ball tipped and stolen away. Elsie got a piece. Leads it ahead to Curtis. Curtis all the way in, and he is fouled hard.
Why is the official blew his whistle before the contact even came in? I just have a problem with that. Isn't the defender entitled to the space above him?
Yes, but I think.
Do you think he reached forward with the block?
Replay. I think he was moving sideways as he tried to block.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm saying that the whistle comes now.
Yeah.
Before.
But that's a foul, Devin. He's moving. Went right into his body. Catch and shoot. Elsie for 3 in the lead, and Dixie's on top, 44-43.
There he is, Mr. Big Shot, right when you need him, Caden Elsie. And how do you leave him that open off a set piece on the inbounds play where he can fire home the Horizon Homes triple?
He's got 11 points now, and Dixie leads 44-43. High post. 3 by Hokanson is no good. Dixie wants to run now. Elsie all the way in. Little runner, teardrop, no good. Rebound, Desert Hills. How about the board by Matthews in traffic? Now to Hokanson. Hokanson to Matthews for 3 in the lead back. No. Yes! What a roll by Jacob Matthews.
You doubted he'd get the shooter's bounce there? Oh, my goodness. It looks short, didn't it? And then hits the backboard and falls through the net.
46-44. Elsie drives in. Now backs it back out.
That's a huge shot for Matthews to hit because you kind of feel like Dixie's coming right now.
And Elsie with the great dish to Stewart for the layup, and we're tied.
Oh, this could be seesaw the rest of the way. Both these teams got to stay poised. Can't panic. Got to continue to execute your stuff if you want to grab a win in this one.
Clock nearing 5 minutes to go. Here come the Thunder. Almost throw it away. Nice save. Now to Clayton, and Clayton lost it. Dixie with the ball and a tie game. 4:50 left on the clock. Coach Cup says it's the two fingers down play. And Coach Cup very animated on the sideline over there, and Curtis is just holding it. Now do they stretch out their little four corners? Not yet. Elsie, top of the key, being hounded there very tightly by the D. Now out high to Curtis, back to Elsie. Porter's on him. Back to Curtis. They are going to run the four corners and run some time. 46 all, 4:12 left in the game.
Well, they want that defense to get lulled here. They want you to suck out, and then they can beat you off the dribble. That's what this is designed to do.
Baseline, Guyman, acrobatic shot, no good. Got his own rebound, no good, and a foul. Richard Guyman doing work. That's one of their favorite plays. They spread you out, guard breaks down the defense, and then they hit Guyman cutting from the baseline.
Well, and Hokanson came over, did a great job forcing that first miss. And then on the backside, they called that on Matthews?
Yeah.
Was it on Matthews?
Yeah, I think so. Got him with the elbow.
All I saw was Porter there with the kind of the backside angle.
So Guyman for two free throws.
If you're Desert Hills, you don't mind. You make Guyman earn it from the foul line. You don't give up any easy putbacks to Richard Guyman, and there you go. He misses the first from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
Richard Guyman with just 2 points in the game with 4 minutes to go. One more coming for the big dog.
Of course.
And that one no good as well, so it paid off well. Score still tied. 3:50 and counting now. Hokanson hands to Turley. Turley, lefty dribble, gives it back to Hoke. On the angle left. Dixie in a man-to-man or matchup zone. I think it's a man, yep. They match it up man-to-man with Guyman kind of hanging back near the free throw line.
You got to be careful, though. Braxton Porter can shoot that three. Can't sag too much, and he extended out as soon as Porter got the basketball. That's smart by Richard Guyman.
Hokanson back to Matthews for three. Shot no good. Rebound now. Offensive board by the Thunder, and they'll reset the O with 3:15 left. Hard drive. Matthews shot up. No good. No foul call. Dixie on the board. Matthews went all the way to the hole, tried the lefty layup in heavy traffic. And now Dixie's going to take a full timeout, and we will take it with him. What a ball game. Couldn't ask for anything more. First place on the line, tie game, 3:04 left on our one-loss scoreboard. We'll be back after this.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
The Dixie State University Media Studies Department needs your help. If you are watching this broadcast live via the internet, we would like to hear from you. We want to know whether the overall quality and user experience of this stream meets your satisfaction. We would like to hear both positive and negative items. Please email your comments to harrisd@dixie.edu. That's harrisd@dixie.edu. Thank you for your support.
Our timeout brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. You know, you mentioned the timeout, and you get, what is it, buy one, get one ribs?
Yeah, buy one, get one. Just mentioned the timeout special at Hank's Riverwalk Grill, located at Sun River Golf Course.
3 minutes on the clock, and a 46-46 basketball
Look at
game.
the Dixie student section jumping around, impersonating the Cameron Crazies right now. I love it.
Elsie trying to break down the D. He goes all the way off the glass and good. He beat him one-on-one.
Oh, it's just a quick first step. Once you got him on your hip, somebody's got to help. Somebody's got to come over. because Elsie's going to finish if you don't send somebody over to protect the rim.
13 in the game now for Elsie. And Desert Hills trying to tie it back up. Baseline, Turley gave it off. Shot up and good by Braxton Porter. Nice pass by Turley.
And Turley somehow avoids the charge, even though they tried to sell that to the officials, but he doesn't get the charge, and that allows the drop pass for the bucket.
Tied again, 2:10 left. Elsie all the way in. Lefty shot, that was Curtis. No good. Ball tipped out, though, and saved by Cuff. To Flinders, open three. No, rebound to Jacob Matthews, and it's stolen away. Jump ball. I believe alternate possession will go to Desert Hills, but Curtis forcing the tie-up.
Did you see T.Y.? T.Y. says, Mr. Official, sir, will you help me up after I got a jump ball call from you? Watch the end of this play. He reaches in. I agree with the jump call, and he's like, somebody help. The official, I love it. I love it. Good for you, Mr. Official. Help that young man up. He's working hard tonight.
1:59 on the clock. Do we have an overtime in our future? It's tied right now.
No, that wouldn't surprise me or bother me one bit. This has been a treat tonight.
We go to Matthews. Matthews just barely got it back. Dixie flying after the basketball, and a travel called. Shuffle of the feet by Clayton. I'm not sure he did or not, Devin, but that's a call the refs like to make on the start of the drive.
You know, I saw him kind of hop. Now, whether he left with the pivot foot or changed them, I couldn't tell either. Let's see our CEC TV replay.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a travel.
I'm with you on that one. Tough call. Never changed pivot foot. I mean, he kept that 1 foot down.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Maybe it was the frame before if it happened, but it didn't happen in that replay that I saw.
Ball stolen away. Desert Hills comes up with it. And a timeout, or yep, timeout. They're going to say Desert Hills had possession. And another Hanks River Walk timeout. Let's take a 30-second break because we don't want to miss anything. 1:25 left in a tie game back in 30 seconds.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back, everybody. It's everything we hoped it would be. Dixie and Desert Hills tied at 48 with 1:25 on the clock. The game reset. Fouls right now. 7 on Desert Hills, 6 on Dixie. So 1-and-1 free throws for any foul. That's a non-shooting foul for both teams. Timeouts. Both teams have several timeouts, so not a factor there. And the possession arrow goes to the Dixie Flyers.
Got a Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 update. It is a final from the pit. The Pineview Panthers have won 68-44. And as the official Pineview Twitter feed says, it's a great day to be a Panther. I'll try to get you a score from the other game. That's Cedar and Snow Canyon. And the last report after 3 quarters, it was a Snow Canyon 41-31 lead over Cedar. They're trying to get their first region win.
And keep playoff hopes alive. Dixie tries to trap. Hokanson dribbles away from it. 1:15 left. I think it's too long to hold for one. Desert Hills right now hanging on to the basketball now with 1:05 on the clock.
Yeah, it's too long against this Dixie Flyer defense. You just run the risk of losing possession, which could lead to lights out. But you got to get a really good shot if you go.
They've run down to 55 seconds now. Hokanson still with the ball.
It's not a bad idea if you can do it. Don't give the Flyers another possession. You play for the last shot, and they have the ball handlers to keep control for this amount of time.
Now down to 45 seconds. Here comes a trap. But they are able to pass out of it quickly. Good job by the Thunder. Now to Porter. Porter, baseline to Turley. Here comes a trap, and he uses another timeout. With 30 on the clock.
Not a bad idea, though. Run clock, take that timeout. And, you know, you got it in the corner. They could have went to Cam Clayton a couple times down there, but you're not holding for one if you do that because Cam's got to shoot it. He's underneath the basket, and if it's deflected or anything. So I think pretty good idea there in the corner, not to try to force it down to Clayton and just call the timeout when the double-team trap came.
30.6 on the clock. 48-48 is our score.
And now you got to be careful. Dixie cannot afford to foul in this situation on a try to get a steal. You got to be careful there because that can put the Thunder on the free throw line.
Our game brought to you in part by Ron Shell Station. Our look ahead, of course, we have games on Friday night. I believe it's Dixie Snow Canyon on the telecast on Friday night.
Yep, that'll be one of the games we'll have for you. And then the other game we'll be bringing you will be Desert Hills at Hurricane. That game will be on 890 KDXU.
I'll be out there in the Hurricane Valley for that one. Devin and Mike on the call on TV. Snow Canyon at Dixie.
Appreciate Ron Shell, top of the Boulevard, for our look ahead at the upcoming broadcast schedule.
30 seconds to go. Thunder basketball, they got to get it in. Ball tipped. Long arms of Richard Guyman deflected that one away. Clock actually didn't move. Should have moved about a half second. 48-48 is the score. Thunder still trying to get it in on the side now. And they go way in the backcourt to Porter. Porter gives to Hokanson. Hokanson one-on-one with Elsie on him. Down to 22 seconds to go. Hokanson gets away from the 5 call. Created that separation. Now they go baseline to Porter. Porter wants to give to Hokanson. Goes to Turley and Sid. Turley will drive. Shot no good. Foul called on Guyman. Turley to the line with 5.8 to go.
Oh boy. They might have went a little too early though, Andy. Tanner might have went a little too early there. I know he felt like he had to make a move. And if you get the rebound and tip in, but you're going to leave the Flyers a lot of time. Turley, though, comes and the backside looked pretty clean to me, but they call the foul, and that's all that matters. And Tanner Turley's got maybe the biggest free throws of the season coming up for the Thunder.
Another timeout on the floor. I'm not sure. It's a 30, so we're going to keep it right here. Timeout again brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk, and our broadcast brought to you in part by Wilkinson's, a unique place to shop. And Devin, I know you got a special event coming up this Sunday. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're really excited. Former Desert Hills star baseball player Evan Moss had some bad luck there. Never smoked a day in his life. Last fall got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Everyone has been rallying for Evan, and we put together a little Super Bowl party at the Falls Event Center this Sunday. It's $25 a ticket, obviously to benefit Evan in his fight against cancer. If you want to get your tickets, we'd love to have you. We got guest appearances, we got raffles, drawings, giveaways, auction items, great all-you-can-eat food. We've got multiple TVs, big screens, 200-inchers, 986-7171. Call over to the Falls and help us raise money for Evan Moss, and we'll see you on Sunday for the Patriots and the Falcons.
Super Bowl Sunday. Go see it at the Falls and raise some money for a great cause. Tanner Turley to the line now to try to break this tie. Great free throw shooter. And he hit it.
Huge game tonight for Tanner Turley. Kid has been fantastic.
Another timeout on the floor taken by Dixie this time. Full timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. Back in 30 seconds, folks. 30 seconds.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Welcome back to the Thunderdome. What a ball game. Great atmosphere, full house here. Even the high bleachers up on the ends are packed. And Desert Hills leads by 1 with 5.8 to go.
Who will be the Dats Trucking player of the game? Who will make the AWP Playmaker play of the game? I don't know if we've seen it yet. We've seen some tremendous plays in this game. Man, I don't know. I don't think if we get overtime, it's probably still coming. And maybe this last 5.8 seconds, we'll see something special, Andy. You just never know when these two teams meet up. Dixie trying to get to 20-0 on the season.
Flinders is checked in. He's the three-point gunner. for Dixie. Turley trying to make it a 2-point lead. Free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, and they have to foul Clayton. I was wondering about that. I've seen that so many times this year. Such a high-pressure situation, and you give up the offensive board, so now Clayton will get 1-and-1 free throws.
Wow.
The free throw was short front rim. Might have got away with a little push on Stewart. Now 1-and-1 free throws for Cam Clayton. Foul, by the way, was called on Dixie. Give it to Curtis. Clayton hits the first one, 2-point lead. Woo! One more coming. He only had 3 points in the game. That might be our AWP playmaker play of the game if that wins it. Hits them both. 3-point lead. Dixie needs a 3 to tie. They go to Curtis. Curtis to Flinders for 3 in the tie. No! And the winning streak is over. Desert Hills holds on 51-48.
Oh my goodness, they stormed the court. Thunder fans pretty excited. Unbelievable offensive rebound by Cam Clayton, the difference in this game, because then you have to get the three.
Yeah, it's a 1-point game with 6 seconds to go if he doesn't get that rebound. And Cam Clayton, I think that's got to be Devin. That's got to be our AWP playmaker play of the game.
Yeah, it is. There's no question. I mean, there's no question.
No question.
The streak, I'm sad the streak is over.
Yeah.
I really am, but it doesn't matter because this Dixie Flyer team is still in a great spot to repeat as state champs, and ultimately that's the goal. That's the mission. It wasn't to go undefeated. They never vocalized that this year. Right. Boy, it was fun talking about a team like this not losing all year long, but finally the streak is over. And the Thunder make case now that they are a team to be reckoned with in the postseason as well. They're now tied atop the Region 9 standings with 3 games to go.
It may come down to record against the next highest opponent for a tiebreaker at the end of the year if they both can win out from here. But it's a final 51-48. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll have our Johnson Pediatric postgame show coming up, including highlights from our friends at CEC TV, as well as stats brought to you by Wilkinson Stats. So much coming up for plus the award, so don't go away. It's a final. Desert Hills 51-48 over Dixie.
It's a good day to be alive in the STG. You want to watch your mind?
I could not believe he didn't. Southern Utah's connection to the world of sports is Sports Radio 97.7 ESPN. Southern Utah's home for the best in sports includes local high school games, Dixie State University, the NBA's new look, Utah Jazz, plus the best of the National Football League with the worldwide presence of ESPN to the Devin Dixon Show every afternoon from 4 to 6.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know. My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi babe, how was school today?
Hi Dad, it was great.
Okay honey, I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Welcome back to a very happy Thunderdome, at least about 85% of the crowd that was rooting for Desert Hills High School. And Devin, what do you got for me?
Dan just gave us a shout out. He said, thanks for getting that game on the air. Couldn't make it tonight. You guys are the best. And glad we could. There wasn't a lot of room for extra fans in the building.
No, there was not. It was a full house, and it was a great game and a great crowd. And again, I was happy to be. I was proud to be. I didn't pay to get in, but I would have. That was good stuff.
By the way, this game, if you didn't get to see all of it or you listened to a portion of it, you want to watch it for our radio. CEC put this on YouTube, the CEC TV YouTube page. So you can go back tonight and you can start watching it from the get-go all over again if you want to. And it was that kind of game worth rewatching or catching it in its entirety, as it was a 3-point win for the Thunder, beating the Flyers, something nobody else had been able to do all season long so
Flyers
far.
are 19-1 now, 6-1 in region. Thunder now, what are they, 16-4, and they're also 6-1 in region. Devin, you want to handle some highlights here from CEC TV?
Yeah, let's get it inside our Johnson Pediatric post-game show. Appreciate Dr. Cody. Him and his staff make your kids feel right at home. Let's check the first half highlights here. Early on, Tanner Turley in fuego hits the straightaway 3. Then the right angle 3. Look at the just nice, smooth rhythm which he released it. Little breakaway lay-in for Caden Elsie. He only had 4 points in the first half. Here's Matthews, a little breakaway lay-in. Matthews didn't have a huge scoring night, but played a lot of minutes, productive minutes. Flinders with the offhand, silky smooth release. And then look at the behind the back from Hoke, the hang, and he hit it, of course. Hokinson had a really good performance tonight. He had 11 points, and there's a straightaway 3 from Braxton Porter. Then a huge block right at the buzzer. But, there's Hokinson, the little flip shot. And at the break, the Thunder had an 8-point lead. Though, 6-0 run to start the third quarter. Sam Stewart breaking out. Lay-in. Defense leading to offense. T.Y. Curtis with the lay-in. Here's Caden Elsie with a little 6-foot finger roll. And the Flyers had retaken the lead on a 3 from the corner by Marcus Flinders. Then down the stretch, Flinders blocked by Jacob Matthews. And then Kunzler gets a rebound and then puts it up, misses it, but gets it with the little roll all the way around the rim, and it falls through. Elsie, though, blocked there by Kunzler. Here's a mad fray. You didn't see the whole thing that led to this. Guyman gets the alley-oop tip in for the Flyers. And then Elsie, another big 3 as the Flyers would not go away. Straightaway 3 from Matthews. Got the friendly bounce, front of the rim, back of the board, and down through. And then a nice little cut. And Sam Stewart, easy little lay-in there, points out a teammate. I love you, I see you. Thanks for the helper. Caden Elsie again continues to drive and hit. Turley, though, avoids the charge, gets it to Porter. That was a big bucket there late in the game. And then Cam Clayton grabs an offensive rebound in traffic. At this point, the Thunder would get 2 free throws. Flinders 3 at the buzzer would not fall. And the 19-0 start to the season. And the undefeated mark going back to last year that was 28 games. One off the all-time record from what we understand back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And the streak is over. A lot of coaches, though, we were talking about this in the pregame, a lot of coaches would say, it's good for my guys to lose a game here and there to kind of get them refocused. And I'm sure Coach Cuff will spin this loss on the road as a positive for his kids.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's disappointing, and you don't want to lose a basketball game ever if you can avoid it. But I think it would have been a big burden for them to go to the state tournament with that perfect record, because even though they say, hey, we use it as motivation, I think the other teams use it as bigger motivation than anyone else. I mean, you want to beat the guy that hadn't lost.
Real quickly, there's no question Dad's Trucking delivers you Tanner Turley tonight as your Dad's Trucking player of the game. There's no question Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game is that Cam Clayton offensive rebound. I mean, it was still a lead. It was still would have been at least one.
Yep.
But that pushed it to 3 after Cam went and sunk 2 free throws. So the rebound and then the free throws, at least you were guaranteed overtime, if nothing else, for the Thunder. And Flinders did get a really good look, just a little offline left from our vantage point. It was right. We were right behind where that shot went off, and it just didn't fall. Good performance for Hokinson. He had 11. Tanner Turley had 17 tonight in this one. 10 points for T.Y. Curtis. 11 points for Camden Flinders. And Caden Elsie led the Flyers with 13, 7, 8, 9 of which came in the second half. And that's when big-time players make some big-time plays, and Caden Elsie certainly did in the second half, but the Flyers come up short tonight.
Yeah, and you say, well, hey, Guyman was pretty quiet, but he wasn't. He did a lot of good assists and block shots and things like that, but they didn't get much from Guyman on the offensive end of things, and I'm probably that they want more.
Just 2 points on that tip-in.
Yeah.
That's all he had.
That was it.
And I don't think he shot more than 4 or 5 times. I mean, he didn't have a lot of shot attempts in this game.
The other number that jumps out at me is you look at Hokanson after halftime. Didn't score a single point.
No.
11 in the first half. He was right, headed toward his average and didn't score again the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Turley had, 5 in the second half, or actually 4 in the second half. 3 for Kunzler. How about our Jimmy John's super sub of the game? It's got to be Camden Flinders for Dixie, and I'm probably leaning towards Sam Kunzler for the Desert Hills Thunder in this one. Don't you agree?
Yeah, Kunzler came in. The thing I was impressed with most, Evan, was that Kunzler played like he belonged there. And so often you see guys come off the bench that don't play a ton, and they get kind of big time. They get scared and happy feet and stuff. Kunzler came out and played like he belonged. I was impressed with that.
I agree.
Do you have any finals? I know we had Pineview beating Hurricane, right?
We'll take a final break and say goodnight to our television audience. On radio, we'll come back and we'll get you some scores from around the region. I don't have a final on Snow Canyon and Cedar just yet. We'll get that, but I know Pineview has won over Hurricane tonight. Appreciate CEC TV, Lauren, Marcus, and Dave, and all the crew. They do such a fantastic job getting this on YouTube tonight, on the web, on CEC TV. And if you didn't get to see it from its entirety, you can go to the CEC television YouTube page. You can watch this over again. I know Andy will have highlights up on STG News with this one as well. If you're taking off and you watched it live, but you want to go back and relive it, lots of opportunity to do so. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up on radio. Good night to all of our online and CEC TV audience.